Ever notice how your dog seems to know everything about you? These little guys, they're like furry ninjas, always watching, always listening. They know when you're about to take them for a walk before you even grab the leash. Seriously, how do they do that? I did some digging, and let me tell you, I found some seriously mind-blowing stuff. Get ready to see your dog in a whole new light because today we're diving deep into 9 surprising things your dog knows about you. All right, first up, let's talk about how your dog is basically a mind reader. Have you ever noticed how they just seem to know what you're going to do before you do it? Like, you even think about grabbing the leash and boom, they're at the door, tail wagging like crazy. It's insane. And you can forget about trying to sneak a bath in there. You even glance at the shampoo bottle and they've vanished. It's like they have a sixth sense or something. But for real though, there's actually some science behind this. Scientists have been studying this stuff, and it turns out dogs are masters of reading our body language. They pay attention to every little thing we do, from the way we move to the expressions on our faces. They connect the dots between our actions and what usually comes next. Think about it. Every time you go to grab their leash, you probably do it the same way, right? Same hand, same movement, maybe even a little excited hop in your step. Your dog picks up on that pattern. So yeah, next time your dog seems like they're reading your mind, they kind of are. They're like furry detectives, always observing, always analyzing, always one step ahead. Okay, so we've established that dogs are basically furry mind readers, but hold up, it gets even crazier. Not only can they tell what you're about to do, but they can also totally sense your mood. Like, they know when you're happy, sad, stressed, you name it. It's actually kind of insane. Think about it. Have you ever had a super rough day and your dog just seems to know? They come up to you all cuddly and sweet and just want to hang out and make you feel better. It's like they have this sixth sense for human emotions. And it's not just a coincidence or anything. Scientists have actually done studies on this stuff, and it turns out dogs can read our facial expressions and body language just like we can. They know a smile from a frown, and they can totally tell when we're feeling down. They're like these furry little empaths, always picking up on our vibes. It's pretty awesome. Okay, we all know dogs have like a million times better sense of smell than we do, right? Like, they can sniff out a treat from a mile away, but did you know they can actually use their super sniffers to figure out where you've been? Yeah, it's kind of wild. You know how when you come home from somewhere and your dog greets you at the door all excited to see you? Well, they're not just happy you're back, they're also giving you a good sniff down, trying to figure out where you've been and what you've been up to. It's like they're piecing together a story in their little dog brains, one sniff at a time. They pick up on all sorts of scents that we don't even notice. Like, if you've been around other animals, your dog will totally know. So yeah, next time you come home from somewhere, don't be surprised if your dog gives you the third degree. Chapter 4. Baby on board? They knew first. All right, this next one is seriously mind-blowing. Get this. Dogs can actually sense when someone is pregnant, often even before the person themselves knows. It's like they have some kind of sixth sense for these things. How crazy is that? But for real though, there's actually a scientific reason behind this. During pregnancy, a woman's body goes through all sorts of hormonal changes. And guess what? Dogs can smell those changes. Their sense of smell is so powerful that they can detect even the tiniest fluctuations in hormones. So when a woman becomes pregnant, her dog picks up on those hormonal shifts and knows something's up. And it's not just about the smell either. Dogs are also super perceptive to changes in our behavior. So yeah, if you're thinking about starting a family, don't be surprised if your dog figures it out before you even tell anyone. Chapter 5. Love triangles? They see it all. Okay, so you know how much your dog loves you, right? Like, they're obsessed with you, always want to be around you, showering you with kisses. But here's the thing, dogs are also super observant, and they totally notice when you're showing affection to other pets. Think about it. You're cuddling with your cat, giving them all the good scratches, and your dog is just sitting there, watching you with those big puppy dog eyes. They might even try to squeeze in on the action, nudging their way between you and your cat. It's like they're thinking, hey, what about me? Don't I get some love too? They might not understand the concept of jealousy in the same way that humans do, but they definitely feel it. And it makes sense, right? Dogs are pack animals, and in a pack, there's always a hierarchy. So when you bring another pet into the mix, it can disrupt that hierarchy a bit. Your dog might feel like their position is being challenged, and they might start acting out in an attempt to reassert their dominance. And let's be real, who doesn't love a little bit of competition for our affection? Chapter 6. They know when you're under the weather. Alright, you guys know I love a good prank, but this next one is no joke. Dogs have this crazy ability to sniff out when you're sick, sometimes even before you even know you're getting sick. It's like they have some kind of superpower or something. But seriously, how do they do it? Well, remember how we talked about dogs having an insane sense of smell? Like 1,000,000 times better than ours? Yeah, it turns out that super sniffing ability comes in handy when it comes to detecting illness. See, when our bodies are fighting off an infection or dealing with a health issue, they release these tiny little chemical compounds. And guess what? Dogs can smell those compounds, even in super small amounts. So if you're coming down with a cold, your dog might start acting differently around you. It's pretty amazing. Chapter 7. They know if you're a good person, no pressure. Alright guys, get this, dogs can totally tell if you're a good person. It's like they have this built-in radar for kindness and generosity. So basically, if you're a jerk, your dog knows it. I'm just kidding. Kind of. But seriously though, there's actually some science behind this. Studies have shown that dogs can pick up on subtle cues in human behavior that indicate whether or not someone is trustworthy and kind. For example, in one study, dogs were more likely to approach people who had helped someone in need compared to people who had been unhelpful or indifferent. Pretty crazy, right? It's like they can sense our intentions and our overall vibe. They pay attention to how we treat other people, how we interact with animals, and even how we react to situations. So if you're constantly yelling at people, being rude to strangers, or just generally giving off bad vibes, your dog is going to pick up on that. And while they might still love you unconditionally, they might also be a little more hesitant to approach you or show you affection. Chapter 8. Love or hate. They read between the lines. Alright, we already know dogs can read our minds and sense our moods, but get this. They can also tell how we feel about other people. It's like they have this sixth sense for human relationships. Think about it. You introduce your dog to someone new, and they immediately start wagging their tail and showering them with kisses. Or you get into an argument with someone, and your dog starts acting all anxious and protective. It's like they're picking up on some kind of invisible energy between you and the other person. And you know what? They totally are. See, when we interact with other people, our bodies release all sorts of subtle cues that reveal how we're feeling. Our facial expressions, our tone of voice, our body language, it all sends a message. And guess what? Dogs are masters at decoding those messages. They're like furry little FBI agents analyzing our every move and expression. So yeah, next time you're trying to hide your true feelings for someone, remember that your dog is on to you. Chapter 9. Distracted? They see an opportunity. Alright, you guys know how much dogs love treats, right? Like, they do just about anything for a tasty snack. But did you know they're also master manipulators when it comes to getting what they want? Seriously, they're like furry little con artists. Think about it. You're sitting on the couch watching TV, completely engrossed in your show. You've got a bag of chips in your lap, and your dog is sitting there staring at you with those big puppy dog eyes. You tell them no 1,000,000 times, but they just keep staring, their tail wagging hopefully. And then, the moment you glance away for even a second, bam! They've swiped a chip right out of your lap. It's like they know exactly when you're not paying attention, and they seize the opportunity every single time. And you know what? They totally do. Dogs are incredibly observant animals, and they're always watching our every move. So, if you've ever wondered how your dog manages to steal food off the counter when you're not looking, now you know. They're master manipulators, always one step ahead of the game. Outrow best friends forever. And there you have it, folks. 9 mind-blowing things your dog knows about you. Seriously, these furry little creatures never cease to amaze me. It's crazy how in tune they are with us, picking up on our every move, our every emotion, our every secret. But you know what the best part is? No matter what we do, no matter how many times we leave our socks on the floor or forget to refill their water bowl, they still love us unconditionally. They're always there for us, ready to greet us with a wagging tail and a sloppy kiss, no matter what kind of day we've had. So the next time you're hanging out with your furry best friend, take a moment to appreciate just how special that bond is, because let's be real, life just wouldn't be the same without them.